times. As I was saying, so you know, my daughter, mother, found money in my daughter's book bag. So I said to her, I said, why did you go in her book bag? She's like, oh, I just had a feeling. I'm like, oh, you had a feeling? I said, okay, did you find any money of yours that was missing? She was like, no. I said, oh, you just had a feeling. I was like, okay. So, like I said, so I said to her, Pam, last night before I left, I said, put the money back into her bag, and I will come and pick up from school. We're going to go over to the bodega, and I'm going to speak to the people in the bodega. You know, so she was like, oh, I'm keeping the money. I said, yeah, but the money's not yours, okay? Well, I'm keeping it anyway because I don't believe her. I said, okay. But still, the money's not yours because it was not money that you were missing, okay? So anyhow, so now I gotta go. And if it's true, then I'm gonna call her and say, listen, you need to put the money back into Alyssa's bag. And when I come pick up from school tomorrow, you know, we're gonna go over there to the bodega, and we're gonna give it back to whoever gives it to her. And I'm gonna tell them, don't be giving my daughter money. Simple as that, okay? Because let me tell you something. Some of these dudes, particularly in these bodegas, these young Arab dudes, these young that own a lot of these bodegas, you know, they know how to manipulate young black girls, okay? And even if there's no immediate what I should say, no immediate threat or what have you, it is a conditioning. It is a conditioning that they do, so that when our young girls grow up to become women, they look at those types of men as men that they can seek and get money from, okay? Or those men will use money as a tool against them. Of course, you see the NYPD show up. Of course, they show up, right? Yeah, there's always a reason why they do some shit. Look at them motherfuckers. Look at them, how they show up, right? Because they know there's a confrontation that's going to take place. Like I tell you, you always know when they stage this shit. And this shit was probably staged too. This dude giving my daughter money. Because they know, as a father, me being my daughter's father, and you know how I am, that yeah, I was going to confront them. So they know that, so they got to park themselves there. Okay? So again, I'll tell you, man, they do all kind of shit. They stage all kind of shit, and this is why, again, like I said, am I surprised to see them there? No, because I know exactly what they do, you know, but I still gotta follow through on certain things because with my daughter, I just don't want her get into this mindset that that men will give her money and she just take it. And I said to her, I said, did you tell him no? She was like, yes, but he still insists. I said, then you don't take it. Still, you don't take it. You know, and again, it's because her mother, you know, this mindset, right? Because if I was there, she would not have taken that money, regardless of whether that man insists that she takes it. Okay? But they're like I said, there's always contingency to their contingency. There's always plan to their plan. When one thing doesn't work, they will do something else, right? So it is constant. And so you gotta understand how they think, right? These dark triads, you gotta understand how they think. They are relentless, and so you have to be relentless just as them. Okay? If I had the ability to do what they do to me, I would do it to them, you know, in a manner in which they would not ever think about doing to us what they're doing. Okay? And so, you know, they have the money, they have the resources, they have the manpower, they have the technology. We as TIs don't. So we're at a severe disadvantage. Okay, when those within the government decide to experiment on people, those individuals have no say. They're not given any say. Okay, and this is one of the things that if you go and watch that series Terminal List on Amazon Prime, Terminal List with Chris Pratt, and it's about a soldier who unit was set up to be killed because private military contractor in the military, the CIA, was conducted experiments, right? Experimental drugs, and that experimental drug, though was tested on lab animals, was not tested on human beings. When they gave these soldiers this drug, they end up developing a tumor that was terminal. Okay, so his unit died. He lived. Right, he was the only one that came out of that unit alive, and he felt something was wrong, right? And then a news reporter came to him with his death certificate of one of his unit member, his teammate, and something was wrong, And on top of that, they tried to kill him while he was trying to get an MRI, And these things are like, even though it may not happen to me in that way, but I remember trying to get MRIs, okay, to see what was wrong neurologically. What was wrong? Getting these really, really bad headaches, at the time I didn't even know what was going on, right? And they went through every effort to try and prevent me, and they did prevent me from getting MRIs at the beginning. There's always something, it's not authorized, or something, right? It's always it's not authorized, or I have to pay out of pocket, right? So when I eventually got it authorized and I got it done, then I found out that I had a tumor, right, in my left nasal passage. Okay, so watching that movie, it was kind of similar in that way. That the fact that he went to get an MRI, they tried to kill him. They actually killed the doctor, not the doctor, but the technician. Also the doctor. Anyhow, and then they killed his wife and kid and daughter. And so he went on to uncover the truth, and he took his revenge, and let's just say he killed a whole lot of people. Okay, and when I look at these things, I said, we know that the U.S. military, the CIA, we know that they've experimented on soldiers. We know it. We know that the CIA, the FBI, they've experimented on the civilians. We know that. Okay? So this is nothing new. So again, they'll station the police there because again I'm going to confront somebody. So they always try to use the police as some intimidating force, right? As if the police is going to intimidate me. And first of all, let me put it like this. I would never, offensively engage in any sort of violent activity against any individual. But if I have to defend myself, I will. Okay? I will. Simple as that. Particularly we in the black community, we have been conditioned with this false outrage, right? This manufactured outrage, okay? While those in other communities, they don't have that same type of fake manufactured outrage, okay? So, and here's why I say that. Here's why I say that. So, there's what they call passport bros, right? Which are black men who are tired of these modern day black women in our Negropean women in our communities who, feminism has totally ruined their mind, right? So they have this this thing where black men travel out of the country, and all of a sudden these black feminists, these Negropean feminist women are all upset. They all up in arms. Okay, and again, this is recent. This is recent for black men, right? Recent for black men, right? But for decades, these Negropean women have been traveling to Africa, have been traveling to the Caribbean, right? Have been traveling to other places, basically having sexual relationships and in a relationship with young men. Sometimes having sex with men, with young boys, underage boys. Okay, even taking care of some of these men overseas and their families. But here in the United States, they want us to take care of them. Okay, meanwhile, they're independent now. They don't need a man. Okay, but then they still need a man to take care of them, right? They still need a man to pay all their bills. As independent as they say they are, and they don't need no man. And I hear it. And you ain't shit. Even Pam said, Pam was like, you ain't shit. You ain't got nothing. Okay? But yet, want to blame me for me not, for me stand up for myself and to say, no, I'm not going to let you continue to abuse me. I'm not going to let you continue to disrespect me and manipulate me. Okay? Because the decision that she made didn't work out for her. Okay? So I have to bear the blame. Not her now. And and all her friends are, yeah, girl, yeah, that ain't shit and this and that, right? Meanwhile, running around, racking up bodies, right? Getting dicked down by men don't give a damn about her. Yeah, she broke up our relationship to go sleep with her ex. Who I've been telling her, this dude is not interested in having a relationship with you. And he's not your ex. And you should know by the history who he was to you. He was just a fuck buddy. You were just a fuck buddy to him. Yeah, you go away for the weekend, but he wasn't claiming you as his girlfriend. Then all of a sudden, he's telling you now, oh, I got a girlfriend. And he liked the lighter skinned woman. Okay? And yet, this is the dude that you broke up our relationship for. Now look at our kids. Now look at you. Okay? So, anyhow. So, like I said, it's just a fake outrage and the bullshit that they've been conditioned to. Right? So, like I said, they'll when it comes to black men, they have a manufactured outrage. White men and women can tell them that, yeah, you should be very angry at black men. Right? But yet they do shit worse. I said, white men created the sex travel industry in Asia, in the Caribbean, in Africa, where it's white women. I said, do you know that? Do you know that? Right? There's this whole thing in Asia right now because these white men will go have sex, impregnate these women, and just leave them and their kids. Don't even take care of them. Don't even take care of them. Okay? But yet, black men are the face of these things, right? When it's white men who perpetuate these things, who are doing these things 100-fold. Okay? But the very few black men that does it, all of a sudden, all black men are like that. It's funny how these motherfuckers lie. It's funny how they can get these Negropean men and women to participate in these things. You know what I'm saying? Again, manufactured lies. Right? Manufactured. Do you know in America, 46 states allow for adults to marry children. New York was one of them until 2017 or 18 when they passed a law to ban underage marriage to children. To ban marriage to underage children. Yes, New York had allowed grown men to marry children under the age of 18. New York, right? And out of the 47 states that allow marriage to underage children or teenagers, what have you, there are over probably 3 dozen states that have no age limit. That means that adults can marry children as young as 10 years old. And you see in Tennessee, these Republicans are trying to pass laws to which say that you can marry and have sex with 13-year-olds, right? Again, and who controls those state government? White Republicans. Okay, so when I say manufactured within our community, that because again, the ignorance that they've conditioned within us, our ignorance, okay, that they have us so overly emotional, okay, overly emotional about things that is normal to them. They're not going to get overly emotional about it because that's their mindset. That's who they are, you know. So yeah, this is what I talk about when I talk about manufactured emotions within us as a people. Manufactured emotions. You know, I posted some articles about all these rock stars that were having sex with all these underage girls, and you know, they also had clubs for underage girls where these rock stars would go to and have sex with underage girls. Some of them wrote songs about having sex with underage girls. You don't see those white DAs hauling their asses in the courtroom, charging them with statutory rape, right? They're not doing that, but they're using rappers' lyrics against them, right? They're using lyrics from rap songs to indict rappers, young black rappers. Okay, but we stay stuck on stupid. We stay stuck because again of the mental side of the conditioning that tells us that white people are better than us, that we should be more like white people, but we can't be more like white people. And this is particularly the case when it comes to our women, right? The Keishas and the Shaquanas, you know, they all want to be like Becky, but you can't. You're not Becky. You may wear your hair like her. You may want to act like her, but you're not her. Okay? First of all, you don't make the same amount as her. This is why they're always comparing your salary, black women's salary, to white men and Hispanic men. They will never. You'll barely find any studies in terms of black women's salary compared to white women. I've only found 2. But there are hundreds of studies in which they compare black women's salary to white men. Why are they comparing black women's salary to white men? Why? Again, you have to understand the manipulation, the mindset that they're trying to create. They are trying. This is the reason why black women feel like white women are their ally. They are not your ally. It's the white men that are protecting them. White women are the greatest ally of white men. White women would not choose. Look at Stacey Adams. All these white Democrats, women, right? These white feminist Democratic women talk about, yeah, we're going to vote for Stacey Adams. And what happened when they get to the voting poll? They vote for who? A racist white Republican man. A man that they claim that they don't like, that they have disdain for. But they still vote for him. They didn't vote for Stacey Adams. Okay? So come on. But black women, they don't want, not black women, Negro women, they don't, because again, it's a Negro mindset, love of whiteness. They are in league with whiteness. Okay? All right, and white people, I should say. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.